to this episode of She Be Throwing Down. You guys, happy 4th of July for all of you that are celebrating this holiday. Listen, I promised you guys a seafood boil and your girl delivered. Yes, a homemade seafood boil. I'm going to dive right on in. I'm drinking me a Coke. Cheers, you all. So in my bowl, I have some Alaskan snow crab. I also have some smoked sausage, some shrimp, some yellow potatoes, some eggs, and some corn on the cob. Let me get started, you guys. I can't do the long way when I go live. It doesn't work for me. I don't know why. Put some of this sauce on here. Let me get started, you all. So I have my sauce that I made homemade. It's homemade. Hmm. good. Guys, I wish I had those big Alaskan ones. I'm going to get to that point. I'm going to get there, y'all. Lord, I meet y'all. Shell in my mouth. Excuse me. Yes, I was cooking all day, and I'm just now eating today. Woo! I put enough sauce in my plate. Oh God, I'm getting stuffed, y'all. Ooh. I made a big pan of this, y'all. A big pan of seafood boil. Mm. I made a big mess, y'all. I made a big mess. Homemade sauce, y'all. Some my sauce. Woo! I think I can do this corn, y'all. I think your girl can do this corn. I got this corn fresh, you guys. It was fresh. The kind that you peel, and I'm telling you, it is sweet and delicious. After this corn, I'm done. Your girl is done after this. I can't push it no more. Mm-mm. Woo! Usually when you cook, it's like you're full. Looking at all that food you're cooking, you're tasting. Excuse me, you guys. I'm done. Woo! My God. You guys, I made a pan this big. A really big pan of seafood oil. I kind of think I overdid it. Let me give my shouts out today. How are you guys? I hope you're having a beautiful 4th of July. It's raining out here in Texas. Let me go to the top and see who's here, you guys. Let me see who this is, you guys. I want to do a close-up. Halo said, I am so, you know what, hungry. How are you? I hope you're having a blessed 4th of July. I don't understand underneath, but how are you? It's in a different language. Thank you so much, Halo. How are you guys? I should have put on my glasses. I believe that says D Boy or something like that. How are you? How is everybody? Then I see the black hole. I see, is that Kimberly? Then I see MMC, what's up? Thank you so much, Monica. How are you? God bless you. Micah said, I'm back. What's up? What's up, Linda? How are you, woman of God? Thank you so much. Michael said it doesn't just look good. That looks great. Thank you so much. Pumpkin said, hi. How are you, Pumpkin? Monica Crew, how are you? Linda said, good evening, woman of God. Looks delicious. I pray your weekend will be amazing. And so I pray that your weekend is blessed as well, Linda. Thank you so much. Hey, Bliss Harmony, how are you? Hey, Micah Wilson. Monica Crew, thank you so much, you guys. Your girl was too busy throwing down. Yes, I usually don't do seafood boils. What's up, Eve? Eve, that's my daughter, you guys. How are you? That's one of my daughters. You guys, this is my youngest daughter, Eve, the one I told you went to London. And Bliss Harmony, doing well. Hope all is well with you. You know what? It is. Thank you so much, you guys. I am stuffed. I go all in when I do my seafood boil, you all. Now, I'm not into crawfish. I think I tried crawfish one time, but I don't eat crawfish. I heard it's really good. I wish I could have did some lobster tails, but I didn't. So your girl had some crab legs, some shrimp. I had sausage, corn on the cob. I had yellow potatoes and also eggs, you all. I made my sauce homemade. Nice. Hope you're enjoying. Oh, that's nice. You guys, listen. I hope you guys are having a fantastic time. Listen, I'm going to say it again. I'm not sure if it's raining where you are. Please be careful with the fireworks. Even some of you that's got them illegally, you know, yes, be safe. We don't want anybody getting hurt, nobody getting hospitalized, nobody going to the emergency room, nobody taking off a limb. Please be safe. Do not be drinking, trying to pop fireworks. Please don't do it. Your head not right. Come on now. Please do not pop fireworks and you are under the influence. Do not do it. Watch the crowds. Be careful, you all. Be safe. Listen, if you're not subscribed to this channel, I would love for you to be a part of this audience by hitting that subscribe bell so you can get more of my wonderful content and delicious meals. Listen, you guys, I was like, when I'm on here, y'all, it look like I'm half dressed, but I got on me like a top. So y'all see my top? The girl was sparkling for the 4th. So you guys listen, until we meet again, your girl, yes, your girl, yes, your girl, just want to say, God bless. I think you guys on here because you guys waiting on me to say something. I think you guys waiting on me to say something. They got to have, they started 2 months ago with fireworks. You guys listen. That's what I'm praying about. I pray that they do not keep popping them after the 4th. Like, people don't want to stop doing it. But they've been doing good over here where I'm at. I'm really thanking God. I prayed and they are not acting crazy. So that is a blessing, you guys. So before I get off, I just want to say, be encouraged. Be encouraged. Let me tell you what I listened to today, which really blessed me right before I got on my live. I got ready because, like I said, I had started cooking earlier. I was totally full. I was not hungry because I had been cooking all day, tasting my food, trying to get everything to the way that I like it, because I don't use measuring cups. I just cook. I've just always been like that. But I was just watching this woman of God talking about proximity, saying how God will put you in rooms that, you know, he will assign you to different rooms, to different people. And a lot of times when we connect with people, or, you know, people that we don't even understand while we're connecting with them, it could be for a purpose. And she talked about dreams. Like, I've seen myself in dreams sitting in the same room at the table with very prominent people. I've seen myself in the White House in a dream. I had a dream I was sitting in the White House with a particular president. Yes. I saw myself sitting in the same room with Donald Trump. I dreamt this twice. This is before he got reelected. I saw myself in the room, and I'm saying that because she was talking about how God will reveal prophetically where he wants to take you, even in your dream. I saw myself with another famous person, actually with 3 famous people I've had dreams about, that I was in the same room with them. I remember in one dream with Donald Trump, it was like I was it was like it was a warning or something like that. But I remember we were in the same room, you guys. I was in the White House. I saw myself in the White House. I saw myself having dinner with another prominent person. We were at the table, you know, having dinner. It was a casual dinner. So listen, I mean, I'm at a point that, like, that message really stirred something in my belly. Like, this woman of God, you know, she's a doctor by trade, you know, by education, and she actually was, she linked up with Oprah Winfrey. She was saying how she had a dream years ago that she sat in the same room with Oprah Winfrey, and somebody prophesied to her that she would meet Oprah Winfrey, and that happened. So you guys, listen, she's met some famous people. Nothing that she forced. God opened that door. God will, the Bible says that God will, that your gift will make room for you and bring you before great men, where you don't have to force it. If we be led by the Spirit of God, if we hear the things of God, let me tell you, listen, I'm one of those people that I would say, Lord, here am I, send me. If the Lord wanted me to go to the White House and give a word of the Lord to the president, I would. I would not be ashamed. I would not hold back. Yes, if the Lord gave me a word of correction, I would say it. And I'm saying that because I have been on jobs. I have been with different companies where I have sat in the room with the CEO or the person that's over the company, where I had to share something that I felt was on my heart, dealing with the company or the policy. I've spoke up about that, very professional, you know, in a way that was not offensive, but what the Lord wanted me to share. I have been in those predicaments, but that stirred something up in me. And I said, God, you know, put me around people that stir the baby up in my belly. You know, the Bible says when Mary and Elizabeth linked up, they both were pregnant and their babies leaped. Who in your life makes your baby leap? Now, some of you saying, I don't have a baby. I don't mean an actual physical baby. I'm talking about the vision in your belly, the vision that God has given you. Who makes your baby leap? Who stirs up the vision in your belly? Listen, some people will speak death over your baby. They will speak death over the vision that God has given you. But who in your life wants to see you grow. They make your baby leap. Who is that mentor? Who is that person? Because the Bible says in the multitude of counsel, that in the multitude of counsel, there is wisdom. Listen, it's okay to have multiple mentors that guide you. But I said, God, put people around me that will not envy what you put inside of me. Because so often people will envy what God put on the inside of you. And so she said something very profound. She said she was at a church one time, and the leader actually said, I've taken you as far as I can take you. How many people can be mature enough to say, I have taken you as far as I can take you? A lot of people won't do that. They will get offended if you disconnect. They will get offended when you tell them it's time to go and move on. But how many people, let me tell you something, that is a person of maturity. That's a person who truly raises up other leaders that say, I've taken you as far as I can take you. I've imparted into you all that I know God has told me to impart in you. Now it's time for you to move on. And they're okay with that. They're not jealous. They're not wishing ill against you. They know that they've done all they can do for you, and they're releasing you for more. They're releasing you to get more. That is a good leader, you all. That is a person who's not intimidated by what God has put in you. Sometimes people will be intimidated of your anointing. They will be intimidated of your gifts and talents. And you didn't put it in yourself. It's the gift and talents that God is giving you. So be around people that help push your baby. Now, push doesn't mean you're going to always hear what you want to hear. No, people that really truly have your best interest at heart, they may tell you something that hurts sometimes, but it means you good. It's for your good. You know, you may not agree with it, but you know they mean well by you. So look, that thing did something on the inside of me. I said, God, I believe the Lord is going to open up some doors and put me before great men. I believe that. That's been prophesied. I've had dreams. Listen, I'm not saying I don't know. You never know what the Lord will do. You never know who the Lord will put, God will put in your path. You never know what opportunity. Listen, we got to seize the moment. We got to seize every moment that God opens a door for us, and we know it's God, and he say walk in. It may be unfamiliar. You may be at the seat of people that you're not used to their culture, you're not used to their custom, but God put you in there for a reason. There's something that you need to say, or something that you have to offer for the door God has opened up to you. And sometimes we get on, we want to only go in doors that we're comfortable with. We only want to go in those doors that we're familiar with. But what if God is challenging you to go in a door that is the unknown, something that you're not used to, something that, hey, you got to learn as you go. That is okay, but don't listen. A lot of times we will pray and ask God to open doors. Lord, open doors. Do this for me, God. Do that. And when God begins to open doors, we allow fear to get in the way. We will allow fear to get in the way, and we won't walk in those doors because of fear. And we don't know what the outcome is going to be. But if you know God is leading you, we know that God sees everything. He sees the end. So that, listen, when I tell you, not only, when I listen to this message, come to find out this woman of God lives in the DFW area. So I left a message on the YouTube channel, hoping that she reaches out. If it's God's will, she'll reach out. Listen, I'm telling you, that thing stirred something in my belly. That's what I want to leave you with. Who makes your baby leap? Who makes your vision leap? Who wants to see you grow? Who wants to see you advance? Some of you have business ideas. You have things that you want to pursue. Who in your life pushes you to say, hey, you can do this. Just get started. Just do it. Just do it. And when you begin to say, well, I don't know, I don't have the money, and that person say, look, just do it. Just do it. You may not have all the money in the bank. You may not have the credit card the way you want it. Listen, sometimes we just got to step out on faith and just do it. Once you make the first step, God will take the other steps and lead and guide you where else you need to take, who you need to meet, what contract, whatever it is, you all. But just make sure whatever you do, you're giving God the glory. You're not doing something where you're selling your soul. You're being a sellout. No. God can still open doors and you're still connected with him. You don't have to sell out to God to get prosperity. A lot of people think you have to sell out to get the prosperity of God. No, you can still be in the will of God and God blesses you. Yes. Like I know people who have a gift. They started in the church and they got offers from the world and they sold out. But there are people that said, no, I'm not selling out. Even though they're offering me this amount of money, I'm determined and I've made up in my mind that I'm keeping my gift for God. Yes, I'm not going to sell out. And what the woman of God said, what was so powerful, like some of these rooms that God is going to allow us to go in, people in the, from people mentioning them in the media and things like that. People may be like, oh, well, I don't like this person. Well, I'm not fond of this person. But listen, you never know why God will have somebody go through those doors. I remember this one prophet that I look at sometimes on YouTube, very, very renowned prophet. Listen, he had been to the White House. He actually has people from different countries asking for his advice. You guys, listen, that is favor. Let me tell you. Not only did I have a dream that I sat in the same room with Donald Trump, I was at the White House talking to Donald Trump. I saw myself having dinner with Tyler Perry. Listen, well-renowned people. For whatever reason, the Lord had me in these rooms. Listen, I'm looking for God to put me in the rooms that he is calling me to be in, with whomever, whatever he would have me to say, whatever the Lord would have me to do. Listen, I am yielded. I am willing to go through those doors. Listen, you guys, I'm telling you, not thinking, man, maybe I'm not good enough. No, if God puts you in a room, he has equipped you to handle that room. Remember that. If God allows you to be in a particular room, he has equipped you to be in that room with those people, those kings and princesses, people in the embassy. Some of you are out of the country. You're going to be in kingdoms and embassies. God's going to put you with governors and mayors and different people. God's going to give you that kind of favor. Listen, some people have that type of favor and mantle on their life where they get favor with people in high places. Let me share this before I get off this live. So I remember when I was carrying, I believe I was carrying was this my youngest daughter? I believe I was carrying my youngest daughter, Eve, actually. I believe I was carrying my daughter, Eve. So I needed me a new vehicle. Let me tell you, I was living in Illinois at the time. And so, you guys, my credit score had to be about 500 or something. So I go to this dealership like I needed a car bad. And so I went into this dealership. It was black owned. The owner was African American. Let me tell you what happened. So they were getting my deal together. And I remember the owner was there. You guys, the owner of the company was at the dealership the day that I went, the president of this company. And so I'm like, you guys, I really need this car. It was a van. It was a minivan, really beautiful. It was a champagne color, like that goldish tan color. It was very beautiful, like a pearly look. Let me tell you. So I'm like, I really need this van. So look, I see the president. He's on the phone and he's telling the finance company, listen, we got to get her in this van. Now, let me tell you, I felt like, they did favors for one another. Maybe the president did a favor for the finance company, so the finance company didn't have a problem looking out. You guys, they got me in that van. But let me tell you what happened. It wasn't even 3 weeks. They had went out of business. And I remember saying, God, You allowed me to get this van before they went out of business. I really felt that in my spirit, that they could not go out of business until I got my van. Yes, the president of the dealership did my deal, you all. That was the favor of God. I have had a lot of encounters with presidents of companies, or find out that the person is the big top person in the company, or had conversations with superintendents and things like that, being in the schools. I've had favor with superintendents and the assistant principals and the principals of schools, where they would call me, hey, are you available? Can you come to the school on this day, you guys? So I've always said, Lord, why have you allowed me to be around people in high places? Like, that has always happened. Like, I'm comfortable talking to them. I don't feel inferior. It doesn't matter the ethnicity. You guys, it does not matter. I will talk to you if you're from Turkey, if you're from Egypt. I went to the Illinois Institute of Technology when I went to college. I started off in civil engineering. For those of you that do not know, I was really good at science and math, so I started off in engineering. I was like, well, since I'm good in science and math, let me pursue engineering. So at that school, during that time, in the 90s, a lot of females were not majoring in engineering. So the school was like 80% male. So I went to this school. You guys, there were people coming from China. There were people coming from Turkey, Vietnamese, the Philippines, all over the world, coming to this school. So I've always had my children around other ethnicities, because I know the world is not just black. The world is not just white. The world is not just Chinese. The world, listen, heaven won't even be all black, all white, all Chinese, all this, all that. No, there will be a mixture of cultures in heaven, because the Lord made us all. He made all the different ethnicities. Yes, light, dark, brown. God made us. God made us. So when people get upset about race and color, you're getting mad at God, because God made his creation. God made his creation. Yes, some of you that are saying, well, how did he make us? I was born, my sister or my brother was born yesterday. They were still made by God. Yes, when they were formed in the belly, as they were being formed in the belly, when their mother and daddy got together, baby, God was doing a wonder in that mother's belly. That is nothing but God. When the sperm and egg get together, it is a mystery. Let me tell you something. It's just the glory of God. God was still manifesting his glory when that baby came forth. So let me tell you, it didn't matter what the nationality. I don't care what color you are. I can talk to you. I can have a conversation. Listen, I won't feel any different. So that's just how it is. I remember one Christmas, I got a card from two of the owners. I think I told you guys. I don't know if I said it on this. I think I said it on YouTube. I used to be a licensed health and life agent, you guys. I told you I sold life insurance policies, supplementals. I wrote up seniors for Medicare, Part D, all of that, you guys. I was a licensed agent for some years. So look, I was working with this company, and the owners of the company worked at their own company. That's actually the company where I asked them, did they have a plan in place if an active shooter came into the company? I don't know if you guys saw my other video. That's the company that I asked, if an active shooter came in, do you guys have a plan in place? That was the company I was at. But the owners were Christians, and I'll never forget, they gave me a Christmas card, and they said in the card that you are such a joy to be around. They were like, you are such a joy. We wish you and your family a blessed Christmas. I keep all of my cards, you guys. Sometimes when I'm looking through my box, I will look at the cards, the Christmas cards, the Mother Day card stuff for my kids. I will look at it, tear up, and be, oh, look at stuff people gave me. And it's like, it's just refreshing, you guys. And so I wanted to share that. Be open-minded. Don't be closed-minded. You can miss your blessing being closed-minded. Well, if this don't, come from, as people say, you ain't black, you ain't white, so I can't receive from you. You will miss your blessing looking for something to be packaged the way you think it should be packaged. You will miss your blessing expecting something to be packaged the way you think it should be packaged. Who are we to tell God what to do? Who are we to tell God how to move and what to do and how to do it? No, He is the creator. We are His creation. We're just living out the story. The story has already been written because God said, I am Alpha and Omega. I am the beginning and the end. God knows your end before you finish your journey on this earth. God already sees your end. He already sees it. You're just living out the story. You're just living out what's already been mapped out. Nothing is a surprise to God. Nothing is a surprise to God what's going to happen tomorrow, what's going to happen next week, what's going to happen next month, what's going to happen next year, what's going to happen 5 years from now. Nothing is a surprise for God because He wrote out the story. We're just living it out. God already knows if you're going to serve Him. God already knows if you're going to reject Him. God already knows if you're going to rebel against Him. God already knows your decision about Him because He's Alpha and Omega. He's omnipresent. He's the only person that can be in every place at one time. While He's here with me, He's with somebody in Thailand. He's with somebody in Jamaica. He's with somebody in Peru. He's with somebody in Venezuela. He's with somebody in South Africa. He's with somebody in China, in Japan, in Russia, in Czechoslovakia. Yes, God can be everywhere at one time because He's God. Yes. So I just want to share that, you guys. I've been on this live for a while. Listen, be open-minded because God is going to put you in rooms that you think not of, that you least expect. Yes, even young people. I just feel that in my spirit, even some young people. You're going to be in some rooms that you least not expect. Yes, be open-minded. Have integrity and listen. I don't care if the room is a room of compromise. Let's say these people are compromised. Just because they compromise don't mean you have to. Maybe you're going in that room to change the atmosphere. Maybe you're going in that room to present something that nobody else has presented and you're challenging those people with integrity and professionalism. Just because God put you in a particular room don't mean you have to lose your integrity. You have to lose your standard. No. You don't have to bow to Baal. You don't have to bow to the things of this world when God puts you in that room. Listen, this is your girl Sheila, and I'm out of here for real. Peace out. I made a seafood boil. You guys continue to have a good 4th of July. Be safe. Take care.